The only financial number that really matters. To have a nice and smooth lifestyle, people need to earn a good income. That requires being good at finances. These numbers are not just numbers, but they are the base for all the financial decisions you will be going to make in your life. In today's video, we are going to have a good discussion on the importance of these financial numbers. Well, in the field of finance, all that matters are these financial numbers that we use in our daily activities. Whether they are about risk and returns, or maybe about the saving and investment percentage, as we will be focusing on individuals. So let's start with personal finance, which is very important to understand. You people might know that personal finance refers to money management, as well as saving and investment. Budgeting, banking, insurance, mortgages, investments, retirement, tax, and estate planning are all included. But it frequently refers to the entire sector that offers financial services to individuals and households, as well as financial and investment advice. However, individual goals and ambitions and plan to meet those needs within your budgetary limits, as well as a plan to meet those needs within your budgetary limits, influence how you approach the issues listed earlier. To make the most of your earnings and resources, you must become financially aware. This will enable you to distinguish between good and bad advice and make sound financial decisions. Although it sounds good, but not everyone is talking and working to improve his or her financial health. Hence, they don't know its importance. But personal finance plays a very important role in our lives. Those who start saving at a young age collect enough money to enjoy later in life and easily get through wet days. Saving even a small bit each day can add up over time, and those who consistently save get the benefits. Here are some of the reasons why financial management is important. First, it assists in meeting financial and security needs. Money problems extend much beyond what we generally consider. We need to take a broader view of our finances so that we may think about more than just going to work and making money. One should not spend money immediately after earning it. Instead, we should have a plan in place for determining our income, expenses, and future financial goals. We shall achieve financial security and meet our requirements in this manner. Secondly, it aids in budgeting, saving, and spending. Even if we make a lot of money every month, we could end up in a lot of debt if we don't have a plan in place to spend it wisely. This is because we may wind up spending more than we earn, sometimes without even realizing it. Someone with a middling income, on the other hand, may live a more financially secure lifestyle. This happens because people plan, save, and live within their means. Personal finance teaches us how to understand our earnings and monthly spending, and how to manage within that income. Well, it also helps in increasing cash flow. Personal finance can assist us in increasing our cash flow. Keeping track of our expenses and spending habits allows us to improve our cash flow. Tax preparation, sensible spending, and careful budgeting ensure that our hard-earned money is not wasted on needless purchases. The fourth point that I should mention here that can be personal finance keeps uncontrollable debts at the base. Being deeply in debt influences our financial future. Personal financial education teaches us how to control our debts. Avoiding expenditures can assist us in staying out of debt. For example, some people's lifestyles alter as they acquire a bigger income. This just leads to further debt accumulation. Credit card overuse might also add to our debts. This is why personal finance is so important. The final aspect to mention is that it contributes to the growth of our assets. Many people prefer to possess assets rather than rely on others for financial security. However, some assets are accompanied by liabilities. This needs a thorough understanding of our financial situation. Understanding our finances allows us to assess the true value of a certain asset, as well as how to settle or cancel liabilities. This allows us to successfully increase our assets. Well, Americans have accumulated a massive debt due to a lack of understanding of financial management and financial discipline. Household debt had risen by $2 trillion between December 2019 and August 2022. In addition, here are the balances that increased from the first to second quarters of 2022. Credit card balances increased by $46 billion. Auto loans increased by $33 billion. Consumer loans and store cards increased by $25 billion. And total non-housing increased by $103 billion. Mortgages increased by $207 billion. Still, student loans stayed steady at approximately $1.59 trillion. Americans are taking on a greater amount of debt to finance purchases, making personal money management more important than ever, especially as inflation eats away at purchasing power and prices are at their peaks. Well, it is high time and everyone needs to protect and grow their money with the help of good financial knowledge and experience. You can hit these personal finance areas. Number 1. Income. The beginning point for personal finance is income. It is the total amount of money you receive and can put towards expenses, savings, investments, and protection. Income is the total amount of money you bring in. Salaries, wages, dividends, and other forms of income intake are all included. Number 2. Spending. Spending is a monetary outflow that often consumes the majority of income. Spending is anything that a person buys with their money. Rent, mortgage, groceries, hobbies, eating out, home furnishings, house repairs, travel, and entertainment are all included. Being able to manage one's spending is an important component of personal finance. Individuals must guarantee that their expenditure is less than their income. Otherwise, they will run out of money or go into debt. Debt may be financially destructive, especially with the high interest rates charged by credit cards. Number 3. Saving. Savings are the funds that remain after expenditure. Everyone should strive to save money for significant bills or emergencies. However, this requires not spending all of your money, which might be challenging. Regardless of the difficulty, everyone should endeavor to have enough savings to cover any variations in income and spending, between 3 and 12 months of costs. Beyond that, cash sitting in a savings account is a waste because it loses purchasing value over time due to inflation. Instead, cash that is not in an emergency or spending account should be invested in something that will help it retain or grow in value. Number 4. Investing. Investing entails purchasing assets, most commonly stocks and bonds, in order to gain a return on the money invested. Investing seeks to grow an individual's wealth above and beyond the amount invested. Investing is risky since not all assets appreciate and some may lose money. Investing can be tough for individuals who are inexperienced with it. It is beneficial to devote some time to learn about it by reading and studying. If you don't have the time, you can benefit from hiring an expert to assist you with your investment. Number 5. Protection. Protection refers to the steps people take to safeguard themselves against unforeseen events such as sickness or accidents, as well as to preserve riches. Life and health insurance, as well as estate and retirement planning, are all forms of protection. Well, all these financial data or numbers will be easily understandable if you learn about them, but what will you do after learning such things? You should take such financial strategies that will help you to learn good and keep your money safe by earning for yourself also. Number 1. Know your earnings. It's pointless if you don't know how much money you take home after taxes and withholding. So before you make any decisions, be sure you know exactly how much take-home cash you receive. Number 2. Create a budget. A budget is necessary for living within your means and saving enough for long-term goals. The 50-30-20 budgeting strategy provides an excellent structure. Number 3. First and foremost, pay yourself. Paying yourself first ensures that money is set aside for unforeseen needs, such as medical bills, major auto repairs, day-to-day expenses, if you are laid off, and more. 3 to 12 months of living expenditures are the ideal safety net. Now to wrap this up. There's one piece of advice that financial experts provide that is saving 20% of each salary each month. Don't stop saving if you've exhausted your emergency money. Continue allocating 20% of your monthly income to other financial goals, such as a retirement fund or a down payment on a home. That's it for the day, guys. What do you think about this? We hope you learned something new today. If you did, let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. And we'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.